Hello Sprouts, welcome back to Clever Reads. Today we have a story for you from the Best of Editor Updates, collected for us by Lucy Aria Rose. It was originally posted on the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit by user Bumblebee Raincoat. Trigger warning for terminal illness. Am I being a bridezilla by asking my best friend's partner not to propose at my wedding? Hi, Honorable Judge Charlotte and Potato Queens and Kings. Editor's note, a nickname for the Charlotte Dobre fans. Thank you. I do not follow their fandom. I have come seeking your advice. I will accept my judgment. I get married in April. We got engaged at Christmas. Congratulations. But in January, my dad was giving a 5-month max after being taken off with chemo for it not working. I would preface this by saying I never wanted a big white wedding. I am not a fan of being the center of stage, etc. My best friend, 26 female of 14 plus years, is the polar opposite of me. My partner and I have been super busy with work, so I've allowed my parents to plan the wedding. His parents are out of the country on holidays, but have had input. My dad wanted a bigger celebration as this will be the last chance he gets to celebrate. I'm obviously heartbroken and want to give him exactly what he wants. I chose my bridesmaids and my partner chose his best men and groomsmen. My best friend is one of my bridesmaids and my niece is the other. My bestie from day one of being asked has been finding dresses. Not a problem. I've said all along, I just want them to feel comfortable, so wear what they want. I'm paying. Some of the dresses were questionable, but I honestly didn't have the heart to tell her. The men's suits were all chosen and everyone is happy. I would kind of like to know what those, iffy dresses were. A little side note here. My parents have never been a fan of my bestie. They think she's an attention-seeking and a bit of a tart. Oh, that's not a term you hear frequently. They accepted my choice because they know I love her to bits. Last week when we went to see my bestie, she had a baby recently, so love going to see the bubble. She was saying, I think, her partner, let's call him Paul is going to propose at your wedding, and getting all excited. She kept saying how she wanted it to be a perfect proposal, and we have the perfect venue. This is true, the venue's stunning. On the way home from seeing her, I was talking to my partner and said that I didn't want him to propose at the wedding, as we were already celebrating a wedding and my beautiful daddy, and I didn't want to take away from that. I reached out and tried to explain this to Bestie. Her reply, if you're going to be a bridezilla, I don't want to be a part of your rushed wedding. If you can't stand other people getting attention, you're really pathetic and need to get over yourself. Oh my god, that friend is terrible. What a horrible thing to say. Here I will input. Our partner and I have been together for 4 years. Her and her partner have been together for 1 year. And not that this is any sort of competition. But here is where I may be the bridezilla or the a-hole. My response, I'm truly sorry you feel like I've been a bridezilla or an a-hole. I've tried to be accommodating and as free-willed as possible. You've had your dress of choice, shoes, hair, makeup, and accessories, which were all paid for by me, and we have accommodated bringing your baby, which of course we would, as we love you. You know I don't like major attention, but this is my family, my friends, and they're coming to our wedding. If you're so desperate for the attention on you, perhaps it's best you're not here. I'm sorry that this hasn't worked out. I'm truly heartbroken. But this day needs to be perfect for my daddy. Her last response, I didn't respond. Your dad's gonna die. He won't even be here to give a shit. Oh my god. Oh, that hurts. I don't mind losing her over this, but I'm heartbroken and not thinking I may have been a bridezilla. How could you think that? Please help Potato Kings, Queens, and everyone in between. Opie's comments. Most of Opie's comments include screenshots between her and the friend. I have transcribed them below. Thank you, Lucy Aria Rose. You are our awesome bean. Opie, all in one text. Hey, gorgeous. It was so lush to see you and Mr. Roman. He's gotten so big. Can I just air out something that's really played on my mind? I absolutely don't want to upset you in any way, and I know I've given you and Savanya free reign with everything from dress, accessories, and everything. I also haven't asked you to pay for anything, so you've got a free room for the night and everything paid for. Basically, I'm just a bit hurt that you're planning on getting engaged at my wedding. It's a day that is less about me and more about my dad, being able to celebrate with people that cherish him. We are already celebrating 2 things, the wedding and my daddy. I was just hoping you'd maybe ask Luke not to propose at the wedding. Friend, if you're going to be a Bridezilla, I don't want to be a part of your rushed wedding. If you can't stand other people getting attention, you're basically pathetic and need to get over yourself. OP, I'm truly sorry you feel like I've been a Bridezilla. I've tried to be accommodating. Okay, and that's basically everything we read earlier. Edit. Same post February 24th, 2025, 3 days later. Edit. I thought I'd update as a few common points. 1. I no longer want this girl in my life, let alone the wedding. She's a vile human being. 2. I have always been that one girl she gets at. I've never had much luck making friends, so I think that's why I've accepted the shitty treatment. 3. My partner hates her and has hated her since they met. 4. I am so gonna send a message and block. She's done. I'm not sure how to share screenshots, but I'll work it out. Update post February 24th, 2025. Same day as edit, 3 days from the original post. Thank you to everyone that gave comments, feedback, support, and advice. And as I'm sure you've all expected, we have an update. He was going to leave her and not propose. So my partner and I reached out to him, asked him to meet in a neutral place. We chose the park near to his house. He agreed to meet us alone. Side note, we live about 2 hours apart since I moved out of my parents, and we moved to a different city. I travel most weekends to see my parents. I showed him the messages from the screenshot shown in my last post, and he was raging. Paul was so angry about what had been said. Oh. She called him Luke in the previous things. But okay, Paul is fine. Or was Luke the fiancé? Then turned to us and said, I actually wanted to leave her, but I was waiting until after the wedding so as not to ruin the day for you and your dad. Oh, Paul, you were so sweet. We had a long chat. Paul and my partner have a lot in common, and he's always been lush to the both of us. Okay, if you know what that means, please tell me. We drove him home and left. Driving the 2 hours home, I felt relieved. I've never felt so stress-free. I had no one to try and please, and who needs an egg-sucking bridesmaid anyway? Paul rang when we got home. They've split up. She tried to deny the messages, but didn't delete them from her phone, so he knew it was true. He told her he was repulsed and was planning on leaving her after she'd been unkind to his mom, who was also ill. Paul wants an amicable split with the baby, so will possibly be getting lawyers involved. He absolutely should. My daddy's over the moon. He's heartbroken that I've lost pretty much my only friend, but he is so glad that she's gone. He's surviving day to day, and we are giving him the best we possibly can. We took him suit shopping, and he looks absolutely incredible. My mom hasn't got her dress yet, but we are having a special girly day soon. Dresses, spa days, and overall, love. Major update. 1. We've gotten passwords with the vendors. 2. Paul is still coming, either alone or with a friend or someone else. He deserves a break. 3. Paul is going to tell her parents, who are massively religious and massively strict, and will not tolerate bullies. And that's the only update we have for now. Okay, yeah. Good on you, OP, for being willing to stand up for your dad and cutting off this toxic now ex-friend. I wonder if the only reason this is if the reason OP has only had this one friend for years is because this person was so toxic to everyone else around her that the other people just didn't want to deal with the toxic ex-friend. Now, hopefully, with that person gone, OP will be able to make new friends. And I hope she has a nice, stress-free wedding and gets to spend precious memories and time with her dad. Yeah, if you're this accommodating, you're paying for everything, you're letting them pick out their own clothes, and they're not even to wait just an extra day for hopefully their own proposal. Bad friend. And that's all I have for today. It's a short one, I know, but thank you for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.